Welcome to KOIN Conversations. I'm Chief Meteorologist Josh Cozart, and I love spending my free time out in the great outdoors. And boy, are we lucky here in the Pacific Northwest to live in some of the most incredible sights that I personally have ever seen. As a big outdoor enthusiast myself, I gotta say, Oregon is the spot to be. But it would be a little extra special if maybe I had a soundtrack to the great outdoors here in the Pacific Northwest. And that's what our next guest is providing us. I would like to introduce you now to our latest KOIN Conversations guest, Tye Austin. Tye, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, Josh. I appreciate it.
All right. Tell me a little bit about what you are doing with your guitar.
Sure. Well, I just recently founded my own nonprofit concert series called Wilder Frets, Classical Guitar in the Wilderness, which is bringing classical guitar performances into some of the most breathtaking natural landscapes across the Pacific Northwest. And this summer, I have partnered with the Oregon State Parks Department to perform more than 30 concerts at 15 state parks across the state of Oregon, from the Portland metro area to the Columbia River Gorge, down through the Central Oregon High Desert and the Rogue Valley, and then up the entire Oregon coast from Brookings to Astoria before we end the season at Silver Falls State Park in the Willamette Valley.
That's pretty impressive. You guys are going to be covering some ground here in the next few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
You're no stranger to Oregon. Tell me a little bit about your background. Where'd you grow up? How'd you get into playing guitar?
Sure. Well, I was born and raised in the Rogue Valley. Spent my childhood in Grants Pass, and then lived in Shady Cove, which is a small little fishing village north of the Table Rock Mountains. And then I went to high school in Central Point at Crater, and then I went to college where I studied classical guitar performance and music composition at the Oregon Center for the Arts at Southern Oregon University in Ashland.
That is amazing. And has music always been something that while you were your younger self in school, was the guitar something? Did you play other instruments? Talk to me about where your love of music came into play.
Yeah, well, actually, I came to music a little bit late, more so than usual. I was actually more of a skateboarder and BMX rider when I was a kid. And when I was 15, I went to a music festival one night in Ashland at the Jackson Wellsprings. And there was a group of us that were gathered around a campfire till like 3 a.m. in the morning, just playing Bob Dylan cover songs. And there was a lady who asked a gentleman to play his style of guitar music. And at the time, I only thought that there was like one style of guitar, just strumming simple chords and then singing the melody over the top. Anyway, he went to go grab his nylon string guitar from his car, and then he came back to proceeded to make one instrument sound like four guitars simultaneously.
Oh, wow.
And the thing that really struck out to me was that his left hand was moving all over the fretboard, and his right hand was planted still. And it looked like sorcery. It looked like some kind of magician was performing in front of me. And an epiphany washed over me. I knew exactly what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. And I bought my first guitar at a pawn shop for $60.
Hey.
And we've been best friends ever since.
That is amazing. And you've also played at some pretty big venues as well. Can you tell people kind of your resume of sorts?
Sure, yeah. I've performed at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival in Ashland, Oregon. I've performed at Carnegie Hall in New York City, the Royal Albert Hall in London. I've done tours across Asia and Europe, and I've also performed for over 300 world leaders at the United Nations headquarters, which is pretty special.
That is super special and really kind of shows off the talents that you do have with the guitar. When you were kind of coming up with this idea to bring music to the outdoors, what kind of overcame you? Where'd that idea spark from?
Yeah, well, this was born during a time of global disruption. As you know, during the pandemic, a lot of music venues shut down indefinitely. And even when wineries and restaurants and different music bars started to open back up to limited capacity, they still didn't have live musicians for quite a while.
Yeah.
And just said basically like check back in 2023. And I'm like, okay, well, what am I going to do in the meantime?
Yeah.
So I started to think, I was like, do we actually need music venues? Do we really need managers or booking agents or record labels?
Yeah.
And the question was a resounding no. And so I got the idea to replace the traditional concert hall with wilderness landscapes at some of my favorite state parks and national monuments and national forests that I have frequented pretty much my whole life. So that's why I came up with the concept of going on a wilderness tour, if you will.
And have you done anything like this before? You're following, I assume you have. Are they excited? What's kind of been the buzz around this?
Yeah, well, this is our inaugural season. I used to busk in the national forest all the time during the pandemic because during lockdowns was rebelling and was just living on the road, living the van life, and would camp out at different hot springs and state parks and whatnot. And so this is the first season that we've really launched this as a nonprofit concert series and sold tickets. So yeah, I'm really excited to announce that we have a special program called the Fret Not Tickets program that provides complimentary admission to anybody who's experiencing financial hardship. And we've also established what I call the Free Frets Initiative, which is providing free classical guitars and pre-concert master classes to at-risk youth from foster care organizations across the state.
That's incredible. So not only spreading the beautiful music that you create in a beautiful space, but then also helping out fantastic causes and opening those doors, to so many people who maybe wouldn't be able to experience this type of event, really opening the doors. So hats off to you, and thank you for bringing that here to the state of Oregon.
Oh, thank you.
On your venture ahead, is there one spot that is really kind of sticking out to you that you're really excited to perform in, or maybe that you've never been to before?
Oh, I've been to all these locations, but some of my favorite ones that I'm performing at is Smith Rock in Terrebonne, which is absolutely gorgeous. If you've never been, you got to check this place out. It looks more like Nevada or Arizona than it does Oregon because it's nestled in this beautiful Red Rock Canyon where the Deschutes River kind of flows through and has carved out this really beautiful valley. And then I'd say my next favorite is at a place called Shore Acres State Park in Coos Bay. Have you been?
Oh, yes, I have.
My gosh,
It
that
is
place
beautiful.
is breathtaking, right?
Yeah.
With the botanical garden and the estate and all of the gorgeous cliffside hiking trails. I mean, it's special. It's unlike anywhere I've ever been. So yeah, if you haven't been to Shore Acres, you should definitely check out the concert there. It's going to be really magical.
So when kind of setting all of this up too, talk to me about how concert goers, the individuals listening to your music, how are they going to be immersed? Are you going to be planted in one spot? And then there's also a unique portion of this with headphones.
Yeah.
Talk to me about all of that.
Sure, yeah. So we're setting up a portable 4x4 foot stage, courtesy of my stage company, LLC, who's sponsoring the series. And the audience will be provided with wireless headphone technology, which will allow them to either sit near the stage or explore the surrounding environment up to a quarter-mile radius.
Wow.
And the headphone technology is provided generously by our season sponsors, Heartbeat Silent Disco and Community Beats, who have decided to sponsor the entire season.
That is incredible. And when you were coming up and reaching out to these different sponsors and everything, where did this idea kind of come from to keep your music flowing through individuals out in nature, but still keeping that serenity?
Yeah, well, so the thing is that if I've used a PA system in the past, and that's sufficient on a nice day. But if it's really windy, or if it's in an environment that might not be so conducive, like say there's migrating bird patterns or other sensitive wildlife, I got to thinking about how the headphone technology would actually provide a better acoustic fidelity than the traditional PA system. So, and a friend of mine actually suggested that I reach out to Heartbeat Silent Disco to see if they'd be interested in getting involved during my first season. So it was kind of just a natural sort of progression.
And I think that this is so, I don't know, uniquely Oregon too, to be able to preserve the wildlife, spend time out in it, and then add in the classical music that you're providing. I think that's just kind of a perfect marriage among the trifecta of them.
Exactly. Plus, it also it keeps it a little more private and a little more exclusive, so that we're not disrupting any other park visitors who might be there for other reasons than the concert.
And it gives people the opportunity to, if they haven't been to Shore Acres Park or any of the other amazing spots that you're going to be at, to be able to have that opportunity to explore, check it out, but then still, I don't know, be in this scenario. What do you think you're most looking forward to seeing from the concert goers when they're all there enjoying your music, enjoying the space? What do you think is going to be the biggest takeaway?
Yeah, well, my biggest takeaway would be to attract people who have never experienced a classical guitar concert before. My goal is to really kind of introduce people to this beautiful repertoire and this beautiful instrument, while already recreating in an outdoor space that they might be used to or might be comfortable with. So, instead of going to a traditional concert hall where there's no windows and poor ventilation and everybody's kind of cranky and it's like expected to sit still in a little seat, I really want to see people, exploring the environment and kind of touching grass, as the kids say, and really reconnecting with the earth and the music and one another.
That's amazing. And for you being able to travel around Oregon too, what do you think are going to be maybe some of the challenges that you have to overcome in some of these unique spaces?
Wildfire smoke. Yeah, is the first thing that comes to mind. As we're praying for containment and fresh air out there. But I would say lodging may come into a little bit of an issue in some of these remote areas, but luckily one of our other season sponsors, Pacific Adventure Works, has provided me with a beautiful innovative bed system that fits in the back of my car, so I'm able to sleep on the road in between hotels and whatnot. So but other than that, I'd say just kind of making it out to these remote locations in a time of wildfire season is going to be really challenging.
And what time of day are you planning? Is it going to be something that kind of moves from place to place? Talk to me kind of about how that's come to be.
Yeah, every concert starts at 5:30 p.m. and ends at 7 p.m. So it's a 90-minute program. And then each concert will be prefaced with free master classes for anybody who's interested in attending. So that'll start around 4 p.m. or so.
Okay, and those master classes are going to be done by you, I presume?
Yes, yeah. Okay. Especially during the inaugural season, it's just me performing on tour for the first year. As the organization grows and we're able to invite other guest artists to feature alongside of me, we'll extend master classes with other artists as well.
That's incredible. But I also think that it has this unique, I don't know, intimacy where you get to be one with nature, one with the artists. People, I feel, might be able to have more access to picking your brain about the music life and how you've come to, kind of put all of this together as well.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think I was talking about this with my coworker, and she said, she's done the silent disco thing before.
It's just like silent disco, but with classical guitar.
Yes, and she said that even though it was a disco part, she said that it was Elizabeth Dim for our viewers, saying how moved she was with it because she did it along a beach side, and to be able to just kind of be in this zone. And she said she was almost moved to tears.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think it will be like to see the people coming to your classical concert, to see them in that environment? What do you think is going to be the takeaway when you see that?
I mean, I think it'll be really rewarding to see people, being able to dip their feet in the ocean or along a riverbed, or smell some flowers or roses while attending the concert. So I'm really excited to see how people react and kind of use all their senses during this experience.
Yeah, definitely going to be overcome with all of the senses, and it's something that I'm looking forward to kind of following along on your journey. When you first started music, and maybe even before, is this something that you had ever imagined?
No, definitely not. Yeah, my dream was to be, a recording artist with Deutsche Grammophon, and be performing on the world stage, a different city every night. Fancy hotels, fancy cars, all that stuff. But during the pandemic, that dream was kind of refocused and was rather. I started to realize that it's rather limiting, and it's causes you to lose and give up a lot of autonomy and sign over a lot of rights and royalties in order to make something like that happen. So the more I started thinking about it, I was like, honestly, being an independent artist really is the route to go. And this concert model that I'm establishing is truly revolutionary, and I believe is going to set the stage, or set the tone for many other artists to follow.
I think so, because especially as word gets around and you're traveling to these locations and the uniqueness of it all, it's going to get people talking. I mean, that's why we're here. You were flying with one of our previous chief meteorologists here, Natasha Stenbach, with MV Adventures.
Yeah.
And she immediately texted me and was like, I have the perfect guy for you to talk to. And so that came to be. Talk to me a little bit about you flying around Oregon as well.
Yeah, so that's actually a really exciting partnership. I reached out to Envy Adventures on Instagram and talked to them about exploring a potential partnership, and they were game from day one. So they had me come out, and we kind of came up with an exclusive flight and concert package, which is available on their website for anybody who wants to fly to my high desert concerts from Troutdale, Portland area to Bend, Oregon. You'll be able to do that on August 9th, 10th to the Smith Rock concert, 11th and 12th to the Tumalo concert, and then 15th and 16th to the Fort Rock concert, if you're interested.
That is fantastic, because that's always kind of, I don't know, maybe one of the biggest hurdles for people, especially if they live here in the Valley, where they're like, oh, that's the spot I want to go, but I don't necessarily have the means to get myself there. So having that partnership's, I mean, perfect.
Plus, it's only like a 45-minute flight as opposed to a 3-hour drive from Portland.
Yeah. And on top of it, you get the incredible views, the great staff that I've had the pleasure to work with there. So
yeah, beautiful views of the Columbia River Gorge, Mountain Hood,
and when you went on your flight, which path did you go? Did they take you to all the hot spots?
Oh, we haven't actually. I haven't been on a flight yet.
Oh, you have not?
This is for VIP guests to fly to my concerts.
Okay, well, you will have to take a flight sometime with them, because
I'm looking forward to that. They're talking about that. Maybe going out to Maupin. Out the airport out there would be really cool.
It is definitely a once in a lifetime type of adventure, and
I bet
you get to see a unique view of Oregon that you're also providing for people to have that sensory overload of everything when it comes to the music and the venue space too, because I feel so many people here. I always kind of think of Ridgefield specifically. About a week or so ago, we were getting video of people getting hailed on as they were outdoors listening to a concert.
Oh, interesting.
And of course, everybody was fine. But it just really adds to that uniqueness.
Absolutely. And you never really know what's going to happen. Concerts take place, rain, shine, hail, smoke, whatever. So, you really get a sense of wilderness lifestyle and elements,
You definitely do. And I think that it's probably one of the, I've been to a concert at the State Fair with lightning and thunder, and not only do I remember the music, but I remember the environment. And I think even under a beautiful sunny day, which we hope every single one of your events is, that people remember that as a big takeaway. Mm-hmm. How does it feel to be doing this in your own backyard, your home?
It feels amazing. I mean, I couldn't think of a better place to really launch the inaugural series. Oregon is such a special place in my heart. I've lived all over the world, but honestly, nothing is more beautiful and cleaner and fresher than Oregon. The water, the air, the food is par excellence, so to speak. So I'm really excited.
It really is.
As we expand the tour next summer, we're going to involve wilderness venues in Washington State and Idaho, and then down into Northern California as well.
Okay, I was going to ask, we'll try it out in our backyard now, but
Yeah.
in the seasons to come, kind of exploring new spots and maybe spots you haven't been
Yeah,
before.
absolutely. Yeah.
And I think maybe when you are coming up with your concert material, what are you looking for? What type of pieces are you playing? Are they original? Are they things that call out to you that fit the setting? Is it changing from spot to spot? Talk to me about kind of the music behind the concert.
Sure. Yeah. So, it's a bit of a digression, but so my ancestry is actually linked to Spain. We were some of the earliest settlers coming out of Orduña, Spain, in the Basque region. Before my ancestors learned how to operate a schooner and set sail from Bordeaux, France, to the New World and set up the most successful smuggling operation in New Orleans, Louisiana, which is still the oldest standing structure today in the U.S. My great grand uncle actually helped facilitate the Louisiana Purchase
Oh, wow.
and helped the U.S. win the War of 1812, which gave the U.S. the Oregon Territory,
Yeah.
which was obviously seized from Spain at the time. So this whole region was actually once a Spanish colony. So I'll be performing primarily a lot of Spanish classical guitar music with a little bit of Latin American jazz, and then some of my original compositions, which are inspired by natural landscapes here in Oregon.
Oh, that feels like such a great combination. And
Yeah.
is this kind of a set that you came up with that you thought, okay, this might fit into every setting? So is it going to be, or is it all different every single time for you?
It's different. Yeah. I have about 4 hours memorized at this, 4 hours of music memorized. So each concert will be featuring a slightly different program so that, because basically I'll be doing 2 concerts back to back every Saturday and Sunday and Tuesday and Wednesday at one location. So if people want to come to both concerts at Smith Rock, they'll be hearing different concert programming each day.
Wow, that's incredible and impressive on you. Anytime a musician says, I got X memorized,
Yeah.
I always blows me away. But
It still blows me away. I'm like, how does
is
that work? Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm sure part of it maybe comes into like muscle memory too.
Yeah. Oh, it has
playing.
to. Yeah. Most of it's muscle memory for sure. But yeah, I mean, even just like looking at the sheet music, brushing up on a lot of the repertoire in writing, I'm just looking at all of this. I'm like, how many notes actually are in this whole program?
Yeah.
It's probably like 20, 30,000 notes just like floating up around here in my noggin.
Yeah, impressive.
Yeah.
Well, we got to take a quick break, but when we return, do you mind playing maybe just a taste of what people can expect?
Sure. I'd love
All
to.
right. We'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to KOIN Conversations. I would like to introduce yet again Tye Austin. That was absolutely beautiful, Tye. Thank you so much for joining us for KOIN Conversations
Thank you.
today.